Hello there, you're watching the news at 8. I'm Maha Siddiqui. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Modi tells party national executive that the countdown to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections has started. In the next 400 days, party to reach out aggressively to young voters between 18 to 25 years. Party chief JP Nadda gets extension until after the general election results. Security breach at Bharat Jodo Yatra. A man tries to hug Rahul Gandhi before he's pulled away. On the other hand, Rahul Gandhi quashes rumours of cousin Varun joining the Congress, says won't mind hugging him, but he has chosen a different ideology. Lashkar terrorist Abdul Rahman Makki designated a global terrorist 7 months after India and US move a proposal in the United Nations Security Council Sanctions Committee. The deputy chief of the terror outfit will now face travel and arms embargo, and his bank accounts will be frozen. India welcomes the move. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif calls for a serious and sincere talk with India, including on Kashmir. In an interview, he says that we have learnt our lesson. We want to live in peace with India. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee weighs in on the centre versus collegium system debate, says union government was acting with a motive in asking for a representative in the Supreme Court collegium. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal hits out at the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena for allegedly stalling a Delhi teachers training visit to Finland, questions the LG's authority. Locals protest against a Vrindavan temple corridor project. Proposal by Yogi government to build a corridor around the famous Bake Bihari temple faces opposition from those likely to be displaced. Matter reaches Allahabad High Court. Mukarram Jah, the last Nizam of Hyderabad to get a state funeral. The 89-year-old died in Turkey earlier this month. First up, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has told his party that the countdown to the 2024 general elections has started and the party needs to invest itself in wooing the youth, voters between 18 to 25 years. The party was holding its two-day national executive to brainstorm upcoming assembly elections and the big battle of 2024.
सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कही वो ये थी कि भारत के जीवन का सर्वोत्तम काल आ रहा है, हम सामने देख रहे हैं। ऐसे समय हम लोग मेहनत में पीछे न रहे, इस प्रकार की एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बात उन्होंने कही कि ये जरूर प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि चुनाव में 400 दिन है, तो हमारे इस कार्यकाल की सेवा के लिए हमारे पास 400 दिन शेष है। ये 400 दिन हम मतदाताओं की पूरी सेवा करें। ये बात ऐसी है कि ये जो 18 से 25 के जो लोग हैं, इन्होंने पुराने सरकारों में जो कुशासन चला उसको उन्होंने देखा नहीं। तो सुशासन और कुशासन का अंतर क्या है? जब हम लोकतंत्र में काम करते हैं तो लोकतंत्र में सुशासन से किस प्रकार से प्रगति होती है, इसका एक कंपैरेटिव इस प्रकार का एनालिसिस करते हुए अगर हम उनके पास जाएंगे तो उनका लोकतंत्र में विश्वास भी बढ़ेगा और साथ साथ कुशासन और सुशासन का अंतर भी उनको समझेगा।
Meanwhile, the tenure of party president JP Nadda has been extended till June 2024, which is just after the Lok Sabha election results.
मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में, नड्डा जी के संगठनात्मक नेतृत्व में 19 से भी ज्यादा बड़े बहुमत के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुन कर आएगी और मोदी जी फिर से इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री बनकर इस देश का नेतृत्व करेंगे। जगत प्रकाश नड्डा जी को जून 2024 तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अध्यक्ष के रूप में इनके कार्यकाल को बढ़ोतरी की जाए।
Ankit Tyagi is now joining us with more details. Ankit, so the BJP is getting battle ready 400 days in advance.
That's right. The election machinery of the Bharatiya Janata Party was fine-tuned. A blueprint was, in fact, discussed for the next 400 days as the BJP gets all set for a third term for Prime Minister Narendra Modi when they go to the people next year and hopefully, as the BJP said, that they would be getting a bigger mandate. But the fact is, Maha, the crux of these 2 days of the National Executive of the Bharatiya Janata Party, which held just behind me at the NDMC Centre here in the national capital, the curtains, in fact, on this today. The fact is that apart from JP Nadda getting the extension, it was expected election year. They would not want to change the organizational setup. The crux became Narendra Modi. Devendra Fadnavis, when he came out and spoke, he tried to distance Prime Minister from the election preparation and said that, he spoke like a statesman. The Prime Minister spoke about India's golden era, which is set to come. He also spoke about how last 8 years have been years of good governance, and people before that, the young people before that, don't know what bad politics and bad governance was. So remind them of that fact. So the whole attempt was to make Narendra Modi larger than life, make him, put him on a pedestal that other political parties and leaders find it hard to match Narendra Modi, and that is what the BJP is going to do with G20, with Ram Mandir, and of course with all the other things in the calendar leading up to 2024. The idea would be to make it all around Narendra Modi, the leader, the politician, the Prime Minister, and the big statesman that the BJP wants to project in 2024. One very quick thing that I also want to highlight, though it was a subtle message, but a message for sure to the BJP leaders, those who have been speaking about, like Sadhvi Pragya, criticism as far as their statements are concerned, that don't alienate anybody. The idea is to increase the BJP's vote share, go and talk to people, those who have even not voted for the BJP or are likely not to vote for the BJP. So clear message to woo the minorities and the young before the elections 2024.
Ankit Tyagi, thanks for getting us all those details. On the other hand, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi faced a peculiar security situation with a youngster trying to hug him in Hoshiarpur in Punjab during the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The leader, though, dismissed it as just over-enthusiasm. His party members had to pull the man away.
Was Rahul Gandhi's security compromised in Hoshiarpur in Punjab when a man hugged him during the Yatra? The leader himself says it was just public enthusiasm.
There's quite a lot of enthusiasm in the Yatra. Many people get overexcited, and that was the case where he was a bit extra charged up. So there's no problem. It's happened many times before. I wouldn't call that a security lapse.
In the video, man can be seen hugging Gandhi and Punjab Congress chief Amrinder Singh Raja trying to stop the man. He was eventually pulled away by security personnel. The Punjab police too rubbished claims of a security breach.
देखें, नंबर 1 पॉइंट की जो वीडियो मैंने देखी है उससे लगता है कि as if it is a security breach. We have made a perfect arrangements, but yes, there is nothing which we can get as a super perfect thing.
The incident comes days after the Congress party's multiple complaints alleging security breaches during Bharat Jodo Yatra and their request to the centre to enhance security for Rahul Gandhi. The incident also causes concern as it comes ahead of Yatra going through Jammu and Kashmir.
वो चीज़ें अच्छे से रेगुलेट की जाएंगी क्योंकि ट्रैफिक भी चलती है, बाकी चीज़ें भी हैं, और जो बड़ी यात्राएं हैं उनमें लोगों को असुविधा होती है, सड़क ब्लॉक हो जाती है, बड़ी चीज़ें हैं, सिंगल रोड्स हैं जहां पर ट्रैफिक जो है उसमें ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन पैदा हो सकती है, उसमें गाड़ी में सफ़र किया जाए, और जो बाकी जगह हैं उनको एडवाइस किया जाए कि कुछ एक जगह पे जहां अलाउ करती है रोड वहां पर पैदल चला जाए. बाकी सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से भी जो जरूरतें होंगी उसके मद्देनजर भी उनको गाइड किया जाए.
क्या स्पेसिफिक इनपुट है इस यात्रा को लेकर कि कोई थ्रेट हो सकती है?
नहीं, इस तरह का कोई इनपुट नहीं है.
The Yatra will reach Lakhanpur in Jammu on the 19th of January, then proceed to Kathua's Hatley Moor next morning. Night halt at Chadwal, then on January 21st start from Harinagar to Duggar Haveli. From Vijaypur to Satwari on January 22nd. On January 25th, Rahul will hoist the national flag near Banihal. And through Anantnag, the Yatra will reach Srinagar on January 27th and culminate on January 30th. According to sources, security agencies have advised the Bharat Jodo team against Rahul Gandhi travelling by foot in certain stretches and suggested he use a car. and also limit the number of people travelling with him. A comprehensive security review regarding Bharat Jodo Yatra is still going on, and schedule about their night halts is still being discussed with the Bharat Jodo team. But the fact is, for 10 days when Bharat Jodo Yatra stays in Srinagar, security agencies are going to be on their toes. In New Delhi, this is Neeta Sharma reporting for NDTV.
Let's move on now to the other big story that we're tracking. The United Nations Security Council has sanctioned and designated Pakistan-based terrorist Abdul Rahman Makki. In fact, this designation of a proscribed terrorist for Makki comes after 7 months of effort that India has put in trying to get him designated. Now, what does this designation mean? Who is Makki? All those details coming up here. First of all, Abdul Rahman Makki is the deputy chief of the terror outfit, which again is proscribed, the Lashkar-e-Taiba. After he's the brother-in-law of Hafiz Saeed, who's the 2611 mastermind. Also the fact that LET was the outfit that was behind the Mumbai carnage, and also what Makki has been doing is trying to continue to raise funds for the LET, which is a proscribed outfit, but there are many frontal organizations for this, and that's exactly why his listing was necessary. Now, what does the listing really mean? Let's try and take a look at that as well now. This listing comes at a time when the proposal was put forth by India and the United States, and this happened about 7 months back last year in June. But at that time, China had put a technical hold on it, which lasted 6 months, ended in December, after which now China says that it has gone ahead with this listing, particularly because it goes to show, as per China, that Pakistan, its all-weather friend, is serious about combating terror. This is the explanation coming in from China on why it lifted this hold on Makki. Meanwhile, what does this sanctioning mean for Makki? It means that Abdul Rahman Makki now has an arms embargo, a travel embargo on him, and his assets, that is his bank accounts specifically, will be frozen. India has welcomed the move, saying that the listing is necessary to curb terror and terror financing. Listen in to the MEA spokesperson.
We welcome the decision of the UN Security Council's ISI and Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee to list Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist Abdul Rahman Makki, who is also the brother-in-law of LET leader Hafiz Saeed. Makki has occupied various leadership roles in the LET, including raising funds for the organization. Threats from terrorist organizations in the region remain high, and listings and sanctions by the UN Security Council are an effective tool to curb such threats and dismantle terror infrastructure in the region. India remains committed to pursuing a zero-tolerance approach to terrorism and will continue to press the international community to take credible, verifiable, and irreversible action against terrorism.
Meanwhile, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has called for what he says serious and sincere talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on quote-unquote burning points like Kashmir, is what he said. In an interview to Dubai-based Al Arabiya TV, Sharif said that Pakistan has learnt its lesson after 3 wars with India and stressed that now it wants peace with its neighbour, that is India. Turning back attention to some politics in India, a day after Arvind Kejriwal called it a dangerous move, now West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee says that the union government was acting with a motive as she weighed in on the government's writing to the Chief Justice of India for a representation in the Supreme Court Collegium. The Collegium selects judges for higher courts. She said that we want total independence of the judiciary.
We want total independence of judiciary. इसमें कोई तो मतलब वो लोगों का है. मतलब क्या है? This is a new type of planning. If central government representation is there in their collegium, Supreme Court, then state also obviously they will include the state government chief minister also in the collegium or the government representative. Now there will be no value for the state government recommendation. Ultimately, the central government will directly interfere in the judiciary. That we don't want.
Now, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has hit out at the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena for allegedly stalling a Delhi teachers training visit to Finland, questioning whether he really has a say in these decisions. In a fiery speech at the Special Assembly session called to focus on what the Aam Aadmi Party believes is relentless overreach by the Lieutenant Governor, he questioned the authority of the LG. Listen in.
LG साहब के पास पावर नहीं है ये करने की. मैं भी आपको दिखाता हूं. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने साफ साफ कहा है कि भाई 3 चीजें हैं. एक है पुलिस, पब्लिक ऑर्डर और लैंड. इन तीनों चीजों को छोड़ के एलजी साहब के पास कोई भी निर्णय लेने का अधिकार नहीं है. ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर है. मैंने एलजी साहब से पूछा, मैंने कि चीफ सेक्रेटरी को सीधे ऑर्डर कैसे देते हो? मुख्यमंत्री मंत्री इनके थ्रू फाइलें क्यों नहीं जाती? कौन है एलजी? कहां से आ गया एलजी? किस बात का एलजी? कौन एलजी?
Now, ahead of the big meeting of the opposition parties called by the BRS tomorrow in Khammam, where 4 chief ministers are expected to participate, Chief Minister of Delhi Arvind Kejriwal arrived for his participation in that meeting. Now, a proposal by the Yogi Adityanath government to build a corridor around the famous Bake Bihari temple in Vrindavan in Uttar Pradesh's Mathura district on the lines of the Kashi Vishwanath temple corridor project in Varanasi is facing stiff opposition. Local residents say that they will be displaced and their daily lives disrupted by the proposed project. Priests and shopkeepers are writing letters to the Chief Minister as well, requesting him to shelve the project. Saurav Shukla reports.
Market shut, priests protesting for 2 days. In the congested lanes that lead up to the famous Bake Bihari temple in UP's Vrindavan. The flashpoint, a UP government move to build a corridor leading up to the iconic temple, which is 20 kilometers away from Mathura, a town believed by many to be the birthplace of Lord Krishna. The Yogi Adityanath government says it will acquire 5 acres of land around the Bake Bihari temple, which houses around 300 temples and residential buildings. The district administration has recently conducted a survey in the area. Protesting residents say they have been worshipping the deity by building temples in their homes for hundreds of years, and their faith will be hurt if those are taken down.
भगवान के प्रति जो हमारी आस्था है, सरकार उस पर बुलडोजर चलाने के लिए बोल रही है. हम कैसे ऐसे बुलडोजर चलाने देंगे?
ये जो हमारी रोजी रोटियों को तोड़ने आए हैं, ये तो राक्षस लोग आए हैं अपनी डकैतियों के लिए, अपने पेट भरने के लिए, अपने परिवारों को लगाने के लिए और हमको जहर की पुड़िया देने के लिए.
तो जो ऐसा विकास हमें यहाँ वृंदावन में नहीं चाहिए. हमें वृंदावन की जो पुरानी संस्कृति है, पुरानी जो हमारी धरोहर है, केवल वही हमें वृंदावन में चाहिए.
The UP government says the corridor is necessary so that more people can be accommodated at the temple and would in fact make it easier for devotees to reach there.
भी हमारा भी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है कि कॉरिडोर बने तो वृंदावन एज इट इज रहे. मैं भी चाहती हूँ कि वो प्राचीन काल का जो स्वरूप है वृंदावन का, वो वैसे के वैसे रहे. उसके हिसाब से ही जो कॉरिडोर बनेगा वैसे बनेगा. जो कॉरिडोर बनने वाला है उसमें किसी को कोई तकलीफ नहीं होगी.
This is Bake Bihari temple in Vrindavan. Government has proposed a massive, huge, beautiful corridor. But people, locals, are protesting against it. The biggest challenge in front of Yogi government is to satisfy these people, because they are saying they are not going to take any compensation because it's about their belief. They can give up crores, but they will not leave Bake Bihari and go somewhere else. In Vrindavan with Saurabh Gautam and Xavier Thomas, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
Let's move on now, and North India continues to reel under severe cold wave. Divya Vadva with more details.
India's capital at 2.4 degrees this morning was colder than the hill station Mussoorie and remains colder than Dehradun, Nainital, Chandigarh or even Jammu. The current temperature in Delhi is 5 degrees colder than usual for this time of the year.
परेशान तो ये हवा इससे ठंड तो है ये परेशान तो कर ही रही है अब हाथ के जो लोग बाइकों पर चलते हैं उनसे पूछो ठंड में हवा लगती है क्या प्रॉब्लम होती होगी जो सुबह ड्यूटी जा रहा है बंदा वो कैसा जा रहा होगा
चाय की यहाँ बिक्री ज़्यादा हो रही है हमारे और ठंड कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा है ये है कि अपने
सर्दी से बचने के लिए
हाँ जी सर्दी से बचने के लिए सिर्फ एक सहारा चाय ही है इस टाइम और फैन मट्टी अपना खाओ पियो लेकिन चाय इस टाइम हमें चाहिए ही चाहिए बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड है
ज़्यादा ठंडी चल रही है और वास्तव में चाय का सहारा ले रहे हैं ये देखो चाय की दुकान है और वास्तव में ज़्यादा ठंड है 2-3 दिन से ज़्यादा सर्दी पड़ रही है
नहीं ठंडी हवा है मौसम की वजह से सब कुछ हो रहा है समय पे हर कोई अपनी ताकत दिखाता है मौसम भी अपनी ताकत दिखा रहा है वैसे सर्दी कभी कम हो जाती है कभी ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है
A severe cold wave continues across North India. The temperature was 0.6 degrees in Shimla this morning. Rajasthan's Churu was at minus 2.7 degrees, making it the coldest area in the plains. The temperature in Churu, similar to Srinagar, at minus 2.7. What's making matters worse is ground frost across many states like Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana as well as Uttarakhand. Cold wave conditions over northwest India are likely to abate from Thursday as back-to-back western disturbances will cause the minimum temperature to rise till the 26th of January. The Met Office says Delhi's minimum temperature will be back to normal, which is 7 degrees by Friday. This is Divya Vadva for NDTV.
Well, and the body of the last Nizam of Hyderabad, Mukarram Jah, arrived in Hyderabad. He died in Turkey on Saturday night and will be buried with full state honours at the city's Mecca Masjid on Wednesday. Mussoorie reports.
The body of the 8th and last titular Nizam, Nawab Mir Barkat Ali Khan, popular as Mukarram Jah, arrived at Hyderabad by a special chartered flight from Turkey's Istanbul on Tuesday evening as per his last wish. Preparations had been made at the Chaur Mohalla Palace, where his extended circle of family and friends, as also the public, can pay last respects. On Wednesday afternoon, the body will be taken in a procession to the historic Makkah Masjid in the Old City area of Hyderabad, and the burial will happen after the 5 p.m. prayers. Mukarram Jah Bahadur passed away in Turkey's Istanbul on Saturday at the age of 89. His mother, Princess Duruşehvar, was the imperial princess of the Ottoman Empire in Turkey and daughter of the last Ottoman Caliph Abdul Majid II. The Nizam's family ruled Hyderabad for 236 years.
The 7th Nizam, Mir Usman Ali Khan, under whose rule the Hyderabad state joined the Indian Union in September 1948, was famous as the richest man on planet Earth. Mukarram Jah was his grandson and was chosen from among 104 grandchildren to inherit both his title as well as his wealth. Though of course that ran into a lot of legal wrangles. With Mukarram Jah's death, the Asif Jahi era can be thought to be over. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.